The radio crackled over the chaos of gunfire. Requesting immediate air support, coordinates Delta 25. Lieutenant Harris shouted, his voice half buried under the roar of mortar shells. The valley below was turning into a furnace, and the platoon was pinned behind what little cover remained. Static. Then the cold reply from command, negative on air support. Closest bird is 40 clicks out. Harris swore under his breath. We're dead men, one of the privates muttered, clutching his bleeding arm. But before despair could set in, the captain turned from the comms console with a strange calm. His eyes didn't match the panic in the room. He adjusted his headset, a faint smirk forming as he keyed the mic again. Stand by, he said. She's already flying. No one understood what that meant. Until the sky itself began to roar. A dark shape tore through the clouds, low and fast, the sun glinting off its fuselage. The distinctive thrum of rotors split the air as a black Apache appeared, no call sign, no transponder, moving like a ghost. She's not on the roster, Harris whispered, squinting up. Doesn't matter, the captain replied. That's her. The helicopter banked hard, its side door flinging open mid-turn. A figure in black flight gear stood braced against the wind, helmet visor reflecting the chaos below. Before anyone could process what was happening, two Hellfires streaked down from her wing pylons, carving fire into the ridgeline where insurgents had been entrenched. The ground shook. Enemy fire ceased in seconds. Who the hell is that pilot? Harris demanded. The captain leaned closer to the radio, his voice low. Name's Ghost Hawk. She doesn't wait for orders. She gives them. The radio operator's eyes widened. Ghost Hawk, she's not. Yeah, the captain cut in, finishing the thought. She was declared Kia 2 years ago over Helmand Province. The Apache made another pass, guns screaming. Every burst landed with surgical precision, clearing a path for the pinned soldiers. When the smoke lifted, the valley was silent except for the chopping of her rotors. Then her voice came through the comms, calm, precise, unmistakably female. Ground team, routes clear. Move now. You've got 90 seconds before reinforcements regroup. For a moment, nobody moved. The captain broke the spell. You heard her. Move. They scrambled down the slope, ducking behind smoldering rocks, running through the smoke. The Apache hovered overhead, shifting to cover their advance. As Harris reached the extraction zone, he looked up again. Command said she was dead, he murmured. The captain's gaze followed the helicopter's silhouette disappearing into the horizon. Command says a lot of things, he said quietly. But some legends don't stay buried. The radio hissed one last time before cutting out completely. Ghost Hawk out. Hours later, the battlefield was nothing but smoke and silence. The survivors waited at the extraction point, exhausted and stunned. The medics moved among them, patching wounds with trembling hands. No one spoke about what they had seen. It was easier to believe they'd imagined it, the phantom Apache, the voice that came from nowhere. The captain stood apart, staring toward the horizon where the sun was bleeding into the desert. His radio buzzed again, faint but deliberate. One word, Captain. He froze. Ghost Hawk, North Ridge, 2 minutes. Before anyone could react, the familiar sound of blades rolled through the dusk. The Apache appeared once more, slower this time, descending like a shadow touching down on the earth. Dust swirled around them, soldiers shielding their eyes as the chopper settled with a hiss of hydraulics. The cockpit opened. A single figure stepped out. She was smaller than they expected. Compact, calm, her helmet tucked under one arm. Her flight suit was marked only by a faint patch, a hawk with a ghostly outline. Her eyes scanned the unit, cool and assessing, as if taking inventory of who had survived. Lieutenant Harris took a hesitant step forward. Ma'am, are you really? She gave a half smile that didn't reach her eyes. Dead, that's what command said. The captain approached slowly. We thought we lost you in Helmand. You almost did. Her tone was dry. Wrecked bird, broken bones, radio silence for 4 months. Command scrubbed the file instead of sending search teams. Easier to call me Kia than admit they left someone behind. No one spoke. The weight of her words settled over them heavier than the desert heat. Then she turned to Harris, her gaze sharp. You called for air support. He nodded stiffly. Yes, ma'am. Didn't expect me, she finished for him. No one ever does. The captain finally broke his silence. Why come back now? Ghost Hawk's eyes drifted toward the black sky, the faint glow of distant flares still flickering. Because your mission wasn't supposed to fail, she said. Someone up the chain wanted it to. The captain's expression hardened. You're saying this was a setup? I'm saying, she replied, voice like cold steel, that your coordinates were leaked before you left base. And whoever did it is still wearing your uniform. The wind caught her hair as she glanced back at the Apache. I'm heading north. I'll find out who buried the truth, and who they plan to bury next. She took a step toward the helicopter, but paused, turning back to the captain. When command asks who saved your unit, her eyes glinted. Tell them the ghost did. Then she climbed aboard. The rotors thundered to life, cutting through the night. The soldiers watched in silence as the Apache lifted off, vanishing once more into the darkness, leaving only dust, disbelief, and a legend reborn.